Hi everyone, welcome to the Gods of Charmers channel. I'm Claire and this is our 12 days of crystals. This is day 8. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified of all the other videos in the series, plus the ones after that. In the drop down underneath this video, you'll find a link to my website and my closed Facebook community group. If you are coming in kind of late on this series, you might want to go back and watch the rest and then come back to this video. But today we are going to be talking about petrified wood. Oh, petrified wood. So wonderful, so gentle. I love petrified wood. So here's an example of petrified wood. This is a beautiful sphere. So what is petrified wood? You'll sometimes hear it called fossilized wood as well. They're both the same thing. Petrified wood, fossilized wood, this is it. So basically what this is millions, yes, millions of years ago, there was some trees and some wood and it fell, and basically when wood and stuff falls, a lot of it rots down. What happened with this particular wood is due to the ground it fell into and the mineral content there, the weather, a lot goes into this. A lot goes into it. It basically fossilized, if you like, in a similar way to, say, a dinosaur bone, in the sense that all the organic material from the tree itself is gone. It has come out, it's gone away. There's no organic material left in here, nothing that can rot. It all goes away, but it is replaced by mostly quartz. But you still have the beautiful grain and colouring of the original wood, and you still have the energy of the original wood. So this, you may have guessed, is a really wonderful gemstone for grounding. So if you are looking to start a grounding practice, if you are someone that is not very grounded, maybe you have a lot of water, a lot of air in your chart, and you're like, Claire, I'm a little bit airy fairy, I have a lot of air, have to do a lot of grounding, then petrified wood is a great place to start because it is a very gentle gemstone. There are certain crystals that are more a jolt back down to earth grounder. So for example, hematite is a very strong grounding stone, and for some it's just too strong for them to work with, especially when they're just starting out with crystals, because you hold on to a piece of hematite and it's like bonk, back down to earth. When you work with petrified wood, it does it in a much gentler way, bringing you down and reconnecting your feet with the earth and making sure that all your energy comes into alignment together without you having a jolt. If you want to work with Gaia energy, if you want to work closer with the energy in your garden, for example, as well, if you're a gardener, if you want to work closer with nature spirits or divas, then petrified wood is really good for assisting you with that work. So a Gaia altar, an earth altar, this would be one of the crystals that I would recommend that you have on there. It's also a nurturer. So if you are going through a tough time at the moment, if you need support, this crystal is such a wonderful, supportive, nurturing gemstone. If you sit down in the evening with this, you don't need to do anything special. Of course, you could use this in your rituals, working with Gaia and sending Gaia healing and all those things. Yes, you can use this. But if you are in a place of turmoil or distress at the moment and you just want some extra support, you want to feel nurtured, you want to feel safe, then you can sit down in the evening in your pajamas, put a blanket over you, hold on to your petrified wood, whether it be a sphere, a wand, whatever it may be, sit down with it and just hold onto it, and it will do its work. And you slowly feel this kind of warming sensation when you work with it, and you start to relax and feel calm and feel nurtured and safe. It has a very motherly energy to it. So if that's you, this would be a really good crystal for you. It's also a great one for children and younger family members that are either just getting into crystals because it is such a gentle, nurturing energy, or if you have a youngster and you want to place some crystals in their bedroom that's going to help them to be calm, that's going to help them to sleep well, and that's also going to be protective. You have to be careful when using gemstones with children, particularly babies or really young children, because they're much more sensitive at that age to the energy. So you only want to put very calming crystals in their room, like blue calcite's another really good one. Petrified wood is a good one. Always put them way out of your kids' reach if they're little ones and they don't understand about that. Have maybe put up a shelf that they can't get to, and you can put the crystals there. I really recommend when people ask me about children's rooms and they're going to do that so they're out of reach, getting spheres, because a sphere sends energy out into all directions. If you want to learn more about the shapes of crystals, I actually have a video all about that on the channel, so you can go back and watch that. But this is really good for children. It helps keep them calm. It helps them to feel safe. So if your child is starting to have trouble at night, if you're trying to transition your child from a cot to a bed, if you're trying to transition them out of your bed into their room, this is the type of crystal that I would recommend when people come to me and ask. So really powerful for that. Like I mentioned before, connection with Gaia and Gaia healing, absolutely. When it comes to yourself and healing, petrified wood is more about the whole than specific ailments. So it's not one of those crystals that I would say, oh, it's great for this, or it's great for that, or it's great for this. It's an all-round support. So if you or someone you love is going through a health crisis or having health problems, living with health problems, and you're like, I want to get them a gift, or I want to get myself something that's going to be very supportive, that will aid me in my healing, that will back up my other healing crystals, this would be the one to get, especially if you have someone in your life that is undergoing intense treatments. Petrified wood, really fabulous. Now, the other reason that I like this is because it is a happy gemstone. So if you have a household where, you know, creating a happy home is a big thing to you, maybe you have teenagers in the house, maybe things are a bit stressful between you and your partner, again, I would recommend a sphere for this. And you do want to, not a small one. Size with crystals, I'm going to do a video about it. But in some circumstances it does matter. If you want it to cover a room, for example, a little tumblestone is not really going to cut it. But again, a sphere is the perfect shape because energy is coming out in all directions. So you can program this for a happy, stable and well-balanced home. You can use it in magics and ritual and crystal work to do with relationships, romantic ones, so with your husband or your partner, or maybe you want to attract someone new, as a really nice balanced base, because it is that stability. So if things are a bit tempestuous in your household at the moment, this is a great one to bring in. It brings all of those things and happiness and joy. Who doesn't want all of that? With this one, if you're going to pair it, I would pair it with ocean jasper if you're working on the happy home angle. So I just love it. When it comes to the colors of this, You will find all colours with petrified wood, from a pale brown to having pinks in it to even having purples in it. It will really depend what type of wood it was, what kind of environment it was in when it fossilized, and that will dictate your colours. You can see this one has some beautiful kind of almost like corally pinks. It has some really dark browns. The markings on petrified woods are incredible. I have several people in my community group that I brought back really big flat slabs for, that they use as altar bases. That is another way you can use this if you can get the flat slabs, because it is so stabilizing and balancing. It's a perfect base for any kind of altar or magical working that you would like to do, because again, like we were talking about previous videos about having a balance, and I was talking about iron in the kyanite and having that kind of base for things to grow off of. It's the same with petrified wood. It grounds your intention and gives it roots, and then it can go and flourish and grow, and you can use petrified wood in that way. I nearly forgot to say about that, but now it's can't forget, Claire, otherwise I turn the video off and I'm like, I really should have told him about that one. Now, a way that I personally, and this is the way I personally work with it, yet I was going to forget. I've been talking about crystals so much recently, I'm bombarded. But with petrified wood, if I'm working on something that I'm trying to manifest, and I really do need it to be built on a stable base, I don't want to manifest it and have it last a week or a month and then disappear. I want to do something long term, then I will add in petrified wood. Usually I like to use the flat slabs because I can stand everything on it and it's easier to visualize. But you could do it with a sphere, you could do it with a pillar. But during your ritual or your programming of your crystals or the creating of your grid, however you're doing it, use your petrified wood and see roots coming out of it. Program it for your intention and see those roots being heavily rooted in the earth. If you're gridding and you incorporate petrified wood, you can also put roots down from the tumbles in the grid that are being connected to the generator. Now, this is really, really powerful for earth healing. In my group, we had been talking about sending energy to Australia with all the fires that are over there at the moment. And I did a whole video on how to do that, how you can send energy, how you can work with earth energy. If you are someone that is doing that work, whether that's now, whether that's earth healing in general, whether there's something catastrophic that happens in future, it's really good for you to have the knowledge that you can use petrified wood, have those roots come out and connect to the Gaia energy where you are, and incorporate that into your ritual, your crystal working, or your grid. So I think now I finally remembered to tell you most of the stuff about petrified wood. I will be talking about it again in a little bit more detail in January. But we have learned a lot here today. Hopefully it's going to help you enjoy your petrified wood if you already have some at home. If you don't, hopefully it will inspire you to get some and try working with this really, really gentle, nurturing and supportive feminine gemstone. So that is it from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow when it's going to be Yule. I can't even believe it. Have a great day. Blessed be.